Story 1. At my age, I still love my stuffed animals and plush toys. I keep a couple in my bed, and just hugging them and feeling their softness is therapeutic. Story 2. Keeping a bed overflowing with giant plush toys creates a fun and playful sleep environment that helps me sleep at night. Story 3. I just bought a set of 2 small ceramic ghosts. They are for salt and pepper, but the holes are too large. When I received them, I said to my husband, "I think we have ghosts in our house." Now, I hide them in random places for my husband to find and comment that we live in a haunted house. Story 4. My friends make fun of me for eating like a toddler. I often prepare small snack plates with cheese, crackers, vegetables, and fruit. I don't care if it's childish. It's delicious. Story 5. I don't think I will ever get rid of my Calico Critters house and furniture. I still love it too much. I always make sure it is fixed up and looking good. Story 6. Watch Disney movies. I love watching magic, even though I know it's not real. I have always dreamed of being the evil queen or going to Oz. Silly but true. Story 7. I have one of those toy grabby hands. Everyone criticizes it until they drop something behind the couch. Story 8. Lego sets. If you have not gotten an adult-focused one, I highly suggest it. They made these amazing postcards of space, and I have them displayed as decoration. Story 9. I still pick up cool-looking sticks on my weekly hikes with my wife and ask her to let me bring them home. I have been doing the same thing since I was a toddler. Story 10. Having a difficult day during your commute? Stop for an ice cream cone at McDonald's. It doesn't matter if it's made with real milk. It makes the commute more enjoyable. Story 11. I still have my baseball cards from childhood. They are a reminder of simpler times. I wish I could forget the awful taste of the stale gum that used to come with the packs of cards. Story 12. So many stuffed animals. If you saw me, you would not assume that I have about 30 to 40 stuffed animals in my possession, including an almost 6-foot stuffed dog. Story 13. About 10 years ago, when I was in college, I started outlining a sports league, envisioning what it would look like. I considered team placements, mascots, and other details. The sport was based on a hybrid of soccer, football, and volleyball that we played in gym class. This eventually led to doodling logos and imagining the league's history. I began keeping notes on the league's results, modeling players after real-life athletes. During the COVID-19 pandemic, I found the notebook in my belongings and decided to transfer everything to a document. Eventually, I fully committed and simulated a season by flipping coins and rolling dice for certain outcomes. Over the last 4 summers, I have revisited it when I'm bored late at night and tracked the league. Last year, I incorporated artificial intelligence to help expand the league, manage everything, and even simulate scenarios in real time. This off-season, I used artificial intelligence to design jerseys for the teams. I understand how silly it may seem and that it means nothing to anyone but me. However, I find it very therapeutic, and it's nice to have control over something. After a super stressful day, there's something enjoyable about tinkering with a team's jersey or simulating to see if New York will re-sign their star player. Story 14. Disney, Squishmallows, cartoons, video games, running around, silly voices, imagination, hope, and creating magical moments for ourselves and others. We are all still children, even if it is sometimes hard to stay in touch with our inner child. Story 15. Putting a Band-Aid on a small cut or spot that feels painful makes me feel that the pain is truly going away now. Story 16. I collect Harry Potter merchandise. I am 54 years old. I have a room that is 75% dedicated to my Harry Potter collection, including Harry Potter Lego. I have enough Harry Potter shirts to wear one each day for nearly a month without doing laundry. I cosplay as Dolores Umbridge for comic conventions and also have custom-made Gryffindor robes. Story 17. Dollar Tree sells character socks for $1.25 per pair. You can find different styles at various locations, including Muppets, Star Wars, Disney, and Peanuts, as well as logos of candy bars. I have several pairs and wear them after work. Story 18. I love my Funko Pops. Instead of collecting Ladro like some older women, I collect my favorite Funko Pops. I love my Dumbo, Bambi, Flower, and Thumper. They make me smile. Story 19. I have been playing video games from my childhood recently. It brings me back to a time when nothing mattered, and I can relive my childhood games exactly as I experienced them back then. Story 20. I love eating dry cereal sometimes, like Cheerios or Lucky Charms. It just reminds me of when I was young. Story 21. Collect Stitch items, as my new kitchen is going to be Stitch-themed. I also collect Pug items, play claw machines, and watch cartoons. I am autistic, which may contribute to my interests, but I know that a typical 23-year-old might not engage in such activities. However, it makes me happy to do what I enjoy. Story 22. I occasionally enjoy a Pepsi Slurpee with approximately $2 worth of gummy candies while taking a bath. Story 23. Watch cartoons. It allows me to relax, enjoy something fun and carefree, and worry about nothing. I can pay attention without needing to focus fully. It's an escape from work and current events. Story 24. I have a rock collection, and some people think it's childish, but I believe it makes life more enjoyable because I'm always searching for new rocks on the ground to add to my collection. Story 25. Lego is still considered a children's toy despite the amount of merchandise for adult fans of Lego. However, sitting down and building a set is one of the few things that actually calms my mind. Focusing on the build prevents my thoughts from overwhelming me, allowing me to finally relax. Story 26. When I'm alone, I play my characters as if I am playing with toys. The best part is that I have created a consistent story for all of them. Story 27. Nintendo recently released an alarm clock that features different game themes to play when you wake up. I don't play video games often anymore, but waking up to cheerful game music every day makes my mornings feel better. Story 28. My adult self still has my childhood stuffed animal. His name is Happy, and he's a Saint Bernard stuffed toy. I love him dearly and cannot sleep without him. Unfortunately, he's in rough condition, so I'm trying to find someone who specializes in stuffed animals to help restore him. Story 29. I dip cookies into my milk or tea. I enjoy this, but I've realized that many of my friends do not. They are missing out. Story 30. I like to take a few steps with my shopping cart, then jump my feet onto the bottom rack and ride it to my car. Feels like a small piece of joy when I do that. Story 31. Not childish, but I always rewatch Barbie after a stressful event, such as exams, job interviews, or a breakup. It reminds me of my carefree childhood self and makes me feel instantly better. Story 32. Stressful day at work? It's time for a video game. Playing video games is remarkably effective at shutting off my work thoughts and redirecting my focus, which helps to lower my anxiety and stress. Story 33. Cartoons and shows based on hope, such as Star Trek and Doctor Who, still inspire me. I continue to collect Pokemon cards, and on holidays I treat myself to candy, things that my younger self loved. Story 34. Instead of walking up the stairs like a normal person, I run up them on my hands and feet, washing my hands afterward, of course. It's just fun. Story 35. I collect Hot Wheels and play with remote-controlled cars. I find it's much easier to embrace your inner child and be happy than to spend your time criticizing others for doing so. In my experience, people who denigrate hobbies are often those who don't have anything fulfilling in their own lives to bring them joy. Story 36. There are many things, but the standout is probably Christmas. I celebrate Christmas with my partner as if we are children. There are many presents, treats, and genuine excitement. We don't buy typical adult presents. Instead, we choose fun items like games, toys, collectibles, and comics. Story 37. Candy making is often considered childish or cringy, but I don't care. It makes me happy and brings joy to others. It's good fun. It allows me to shut off my brain for 2 to 3 hours while creating a cuff, mask, or whatever, all while watching a movie, YouTube, or a show. I can forget about everything for a bit and just relax. Story 38. I own several nightlights. In addition to helping me sleep without nightmares due to my fear of the dark, they are very useful for getting up at night without having to turn on the bright lights. Story 39. I have several Nerf blasters despite being a college student. I dropped the hobby in middle school because no one in my family or friend group was interested in it. Then I discovered that people organize Nerf games, and now I'm back. I can run around, make friends, and play with toys in ways I never could before. Story 40. Plushies. I probably have too many, but they are really nice. I am exploring this world. Although I now also experience anxiety, I still maintain a childlike wonder about everything. While this may not necessarily improve my life, it certainly makes it more interesting. Story 41. My bathroom is decorated with a rubber duck theme. I try to find new ones when I travel, and sometimes friends get them for me. I am 65. Story 42. Sledding. I live in the mountains and have a loop trail that I walk with my dog, which ends on a steep downhill. When the snow conditions are good, and sometimes when they aren't, I bring a plastic bag with me on my walk so I can sit on it and sled down the last part. It's totally worth the cold and my dog's judgmental looks. Story 43. I keep the Charlie Brown Christmas on the digital video recorder so I can watch it when being an adult becomes overwhelming. Story 44. I have a large collection of squishmallows on my bed. After a long day, I collapse into them and bury my face in them. I highly recommend it. Story 45. I watch YouTube to sleep. My ex-girlfriend would get annoyed that I had to have YouTube on my phone in order to sleep. Otherwise, I couldn't. Scary Stories Animated was always on. Story 46. Everything I own is pink. The color itself isn't exactly childish, but most people my age opt for neutral items with only the occasional colored accent. Many seem to refer to it as a sad beige and gray epidemic. My mother hates it, but it's what I love. Pink items are cute and make me feel pretty. Story 47. A Switch. I may be an adult, but that doesn't mean I don't enjoy playing some Zelda. Story 48. I skip and jump with happiness. Ironically, it just happens. I make sounds like yum 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 when enjoying good food. I also jump as a form of stimulation in general. Story 49. As soon as I get home from work, I wash my face, put on my flannel pajamas, and my fuzzy-lined Crocs. I look like I'm 5 years old. I'm 53. Story 50. If I drop something or accidentally treat an inanimate object, especially one with sentimental value, I instinctively apologize and hope it did not feel any pain. Story 51. It seems childish to me that moderators ban posts they dislike. For example, a Christian song being removed from a Christian subreddit is an unnecessary action. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.